What up, and welcome to a brand new episode of Creeps of the Crypt. I'm your host, John, along with my co host.
Elder Allen, behind the scenes, guys. I think because I went to the Haunted Museum recently, and I think I just jinxed this podcast because it's.
Yeah, we're ghetto, bro. We're just ghetto. So, by the way, I forgot about that. How was the Haunted Museum?
No, it's cool. It's the second time I've been there. It's out here in Vegas, near kind of the downtown area. You know, the Fremont. Everybody knows. Everybody goes there. Tourists from around the world. It was cool. Second time being there. I think the last time I went was like before COVID actually hit, so it was cool going back. I like checking out places in Vegas that's a little bit more interesting than just gambling in casinos, you know. So it was something good for a local to do. It's like your boy the Zach Baggins put this all together from Ghost Adventures and all that. So they got a really cool setup there, you know, leading you in there. Everything's dark and you go to different rooms to see different little oddities and different things that are supposedly had some spiritual activity involved. So stuff like that, I think it would definitely be up your alley.
Did you feel anything in any room like weird?
No, nothing that stood out.
Really?
That I can tell you, really. It's just because I've been there before. I guess if I had some kind of not preconceived notion of how the whole tour is, I would maybe feel a certain different type of way, but no, not really. It's just more of what I remember. They added a few things there since I last went.
I asked because, yeah, you did go one time before, but if people don't know, I paranormal investigator, or used to go to do paranormal investigations. And in one of the locations, and not just, I think it's all the experience of each investigation that I went to, that now I can go somewhere, even if I'm not told that it has activity or anything like that. I feel like I'm a little bit of a sensitive, but not in the way that people say I'm a sensitive. I could see ghosts or hear ghosts and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little bit more experience in that, and having your own spiritual encounters. You know, it's gonna set you in a different path of how you perceive these kind of things. Because I haven't had those experiences in life yet, but definitely believe the people that have experienced it. It's just not anything that I've come across yet, but I'm willing to believe. It just hasn't. No, I haven't had any stories to tell you that I noticed anything different. You know what? I will say when I went to Alcatraz a few years ago for work, during my work week that I was there, I definitely felt something there, like one of the cells for sure. So it's just kind of depending on how the whole vibe is when you get there and your kind of frame of mind. But honestly, you know, I'm open to the believing. I just haven't had any of those definitive ones that still haunt me to this day, like other people, the way they tell these stories.
Yeah, I've said before, after one investigation where I had proof and I was like, oh, like that was real proof. And I was like, and I was always an enthusiast and a believer, but like I left in the location and I said, I can't believe this is real. Like I couldn't believe it that I actually caught something and I had these experiences. So yeah, I'm never going to convince anybody out there that these things are real. But after doing these things,
I would have liked to have come if I was able to. I know you had offered me.
I did.
To go out there and help out.
That was for Kansas. Yeah, that was
one of the ones you were doing.
That probably wouldn't have been a good one because there was a lot of shit. I mean, that house fucked me up, but I haven't even really rewatched all the footage. Like there's a part where I know I did something that I shouldn't have, and I said something that I shouldn't have, but I was upset. I think if that's the sequence of events that happened. But anyway, it's cool that you went. I do want to go, although I do believe that Zach Baggins uses this demon shit a little bit too much. Demons.
There's a lot of things like I would be kind of, if this is real, I'd be afraid and not even be near that place because like the way they hype up all these different pretty big deal things like the Dibbit box with like this spirited I think wine fest or something that's related to some Judaism, demons, I guess, related demon folklore. So, and then there's the whole rocking chair that was inspired with
by The Conjuring.
The Conjuring 3. So, I mean, all this shit, if this was,
The
if he
Devil's
really
Chair.
truly believed it, I don't even know why I would just not even deal with it. But that's a whole nother deal. But I know I get it. It's like everything's up to interpretation. Everybody's beliefs and stuff. But I don't necessarily don't believe a whole lot of it personally.
Yeah. Well, until you have your experience, you won't. So I'm not going to try to convince you.
Up to that time, we'll see.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about this beautiful episode of Tales from the Crypt. That's called.
Speaking of not believing, the reluctant vampire. Can you believe it? The vampire does not want to eat people or use his powers for something interesting. And instead, we get Michael McDowell in a terrible wig, and working as a night security guard for a blood bank.
But as you were saying, this episode is titled "The Reluctant Vampire." It aired on July 10th, 1991, and it stars, as you said, Malcom McDowell, George Wendt from Cheers, and Sandra Dickinson from I don't know where. She's just, I don't know why. Anyway, it was directed by Elliot Silverstein, who has directed some other things before, a lot of TV stuff. Actually, no. The Happening, but not The Happening you're thinking of. It's a 1970 happening. The Firm, but not The Firm you're thinking about. It's a TV show. Yeah. He did do a lot of TV stuff.
Anchor Bay? Did he
no, mostly TV.
A rip-off Casablanca?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think this episode ended his career. Because this is the last thing he did. Unless he died.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, I was looking at his info, and that was the last thing he did. Mm-hmm. But apparently, he had directed 4 episodes for the Tales from the Crypt in general. Some of which I'm looking ahead. We haven't gotten to yet, so we can't really say anything about them.
Yeah, I already know. We're gonna have 3 episodes more that suck, pretty much.
I'm gonna have to remember. Yeah, if that's any. Well, we'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna have an open mind, but
no,
it's safe to say this guy's hasn't done much after this episode, and damn, what a way to go.
But you know what? I mean, you read the comic of this episode that's based on, so you would know more than me what this. But let's get to say what the episode's what you did basically. You said, "Oh, it's about some fucking stupid security guard that's a vampire." That's it. That's the security guard at a blood bank that's a vampire, and he drinks the blood, and they're running low on their quotas because they have to reach quotas for some reason in this universe, because like people are.
Yeah, that was so strange.
And they made it seem like this blood bank was an actual bank, like it's in the back, is in a vault, and then he has to change the book. The George Wendt is the head of this bank, blood bank, and. But they're getting donations, right? They get like not the blood donations. They get like funding or something. I was just so uninterested in this whole thing because they took an approach that was the approach Hollywood decided to take with all comic book films before Spider-Man. Besides Tim Burton and Richard Donner, right? These 2 guys were the only ones that successfully made comic book movies in the 80s and late 70s. I think Richard Donner's Superman is the late 70s. These are the only 2 guys. So after that, for some reason, they decided to go the Joel Schumacher way. And but this is 1990. So Batman was already out. So why would the writer think he couldn't make a more serious Batman? Well, then again, Batman Returns was pretty ridiculous. A little bit. There was some parts that were... I love it. I really do like Batman Returns more and more every time as I get older. I like what he was trying to do because he was loosely basing it on The Dark Knight Returns. If you think about it, the Penguin looks like a mutant. There's the mutants in the Batman Returns, in the Dark Knight Returns comic, the gang of the mutants, and so it's not an older Batman, but he's been doing it for a while now. So, he's falling in love with Catwoman, and as a kid, you thought that the cat's licking her was her becoming supernatural, and it's not. Well, maybe that's the attempted idea, but I don't really think so. I just think she survived. She just survived this fall because of all those. Breaking through all those little little covers, right? Whatever they are, I forgot what we call those. That she managed to survive.
I mean, to me, that scene when she gets pushed off by Walken and then all the cats swarm her and lick her. To me, it seemed more, at least the way Burton did it, is a little bit more. It's more symbolic than really literally. She got powers from the cat.
Yeah, I don't think she gets powers from that, and it does it's kind of like they kind of make you. They do a little like look, like a little hint, like something like spiritual. But I don't think so. I just think she survived, and then she like the fall and the hit on her head made her change her personality more than anything, and that's why she's a different person because she has brain damage, or like a concussion. Or whatever. But anyway.
But funny enough when you rewatch the scene, but she felt pretty fucking high, so I think she'd be dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, how far down she fell.
That's what I'm saying. Like those things like slowed her fall, which they did on MythBusters. They did something like that because there was another movie that did the same thing. I think it was a James Bond movie or Indiana Jones or some shit. I don't think it's Indiana Jones, but it might be. But they do the same thing. The MythBusters did it, and they said, yeah, you actually could survive, but not the height of Batman, of Catwoman or whatever. But yeah, so this guy wrote that, and then TV, just the TV after that one movie. Everything's TV and a video game, I think. Red Steel. So yeah. Anyway.
I missed the old days of the '90s when people that weren't great didn't make it. They just weren't hired because they're easy to to pay off and then control. Yeah,
what happened?
Like 20th Century Fox used to do. They used to just hire these no-name directors for these shitty video game movies, and it never turned out to be anything worth a damn.
Yeah, this one
just a cash cow.
This one, we've seen, and it's been proven. Every actor we asked, they just got asked to do it. They just want to have fun. So it's like nepotism, but it's not because it's not a kid. So it's just like, hey, buddy, let's work together. You always want to write a movie, right? And we talked about that, and that's what it is. And this one, I guess they picked these two guys. I believe the director also directed a Twilight Zone episode, but whatever. So they have a good actor in Michael McDowell. He's a very good actor. And he, like we said, he plays this fucking security guard. But they just took a comedic approach to this. And that's the whole thing. And I don't know, you read the comic. Is it very similar to the comic book?
The story essentially is just paper thin. But this story is of this vampire who's working as a security overnight for a blood bank, and it's pretty much the same. Like, but there's just changes to the story because all there is that, and then one of the secretaries of George Wendt's characters finds out that he's been taking blood and bringing it back, and even saw where he lived. So it's like as soon as George Wendt's character found out he was a vampire, they just ran straight to the cops, and then him and the cops went and found his coffin, and they just killed the vampire while he was sleeping, and then that's it, and that was the end of the story. So it's just not really anything that I don't know why they even chose this story for an episode. I would have picked something else way more interesting, or at least make it better, which they didn't.
Yeah,
it was just it's hard to take seriously because I know Tales from the Crypt can be kind of campy, but this is like bad campy. This is not anything worth that's gonna really stand out for the test of time.
Yeah, it's right
just not a great one. It just seems like, I'm sure people were having fun making this episode, but it was just some of it is really too on the nose, too just not written well to be funny enough. I know they're trying to be funny, but didn't do much for me.
But the comic doesn't look that bad. And another thing they did is they cast Michael McDowell, and they put him in this one. Okay, great. You want to work with a great actor, fine. And the vampire in the comic that I'm looking at right now for the first time, I didn't even bother reading this. I did watch the episode, people, but it was so like, I don't know how this is high rated anyway. But if you can see the comic just from looking at it in 2 seconds, not reading it. Okay, the vampire's old, but the girl he likes, if this is the girl he likes, is young. And then in this, they made her old, and there are young girls that are attracted to older men. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, so they find out and they kill him. But they kill the real one. Did they kill the real vampire in the comic?
Yeah, the real one. That's the thing. That's how it ended. But this one, they changed it to be, I'll tell you later when we get to
we know. Listen.
Conclusion.
No. That's the whole movie. Oh, well, the whole episode.
The whole show.
The episode is, he's called a reluctant vampire because he can't kill people. His whole life growing up, he just didn't have the stomach to go hunting, they call it, to hunt people, as vampires do. As you said earlier before we started this, or you might have said it one of the edited takes because we tried so many times to make this podcast work.
Yeah, I forgot.
You said that he was yeah, you're gonna be a vampire, live all this time, and you don't not want to use any of your powers. What do you use his powers for? To turn on the candles when he comes home to go to sleep. He goes, and the candles light up. I was like, and then he has a stupid rat that sits on his fucking shoulder the entire time. Is like his best buddy in this episode. And then, oh, the best part, Van Helsing is in this. He's on the radio when the
Oh yeah, Van Helsing part was, yeah, it was just. I mean, they got the guy. If anybody knows, if they've ever seen the Hills Have Eyes, he's like that weird looking dude from that, and he plays Van Helsing. But he's very so minimal in the story. He doesn't really have much of an effect until the end, really.
Yeah.
So they did. I mean, there's just too on the nose. There's just references from Dracula and just anything. They're just kind of poking fun on the vampire genre. But and then, like you said, the comic had the young chick, but like they're both old. It's like I don't care if they get together. What chemistry do they have besides
none?
Just
and she's also
her acting like she's 24, but she's like 68.
Not that. Yeah, that's too. But actually, she's probably like 30, and back then everyone looked like
yeah,
they're 100
like
years
twice
old.
their age. I
But
forget
like,
about that. Yeah,
but
probably 30, like 32.
Yeah,
Holy
but
crap.
Besides that, like she does the voice like squeaky. I don't know. So
It's what's in the
stereotypical
vein
50s.
of like kind of like those actors from the 40s, like
like that. Like,
you know, it feels like she's in a different movie.
I want to know why there never seems to be as much blood available as we're taking in.
I don't know why.
You better find out why, sweetheart, or your little butt's gonna be out on the sidewalk.
Oh no, Mr. Crosswhite, I need this job.
Honey, you're dead weight on a sinking ship.
Please, Mr. Crosswhite, I'll get to the bottom of it.
But no, but I think that's
and
what the
other
director
characters
wanted, or the writer and the director wanted that in a
But
way.
yeah, like that's how it came off. That's the intention, but it just didn't work for me. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to do it like this.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
You're directed to act a certain way, and it's a kind of a comedic take on the vampire story. It's pretty much just tweaking that story that we just went through in the comics and just adding a few things to make it interesting, which I appreciate the attempt, but the actual original comic is not bad. It's just very straightforward. There's no twist or anything, you know. It's just straight to the point, but there wasn't anything worth adapting one-to-one with that one. So I appreciate their effort, but it wasn't for it. So, but yeah, you find out in the story that George Wendt's character was the one that kind of lied about the numbers so that he could go and kill people and see how much blood he can bring back. But how did he know he was I guess he just knew he was a vampire at some point. Didn't really explain that part.
Well, that's obvious because this guy's a loser idiot, and then the blood just keeps the numbers aren't adding up, and I don't know. I would just assume he's the guy that works at night.
He mentioned later like it was like this plan he had in place that he lied about the numbers, but like, yeah, I guess at some point everything started adding up for that guy. I guess he noticed. I guess he's a vampire. He's just taking blood.
No,
the numbers are off here.
I would assume I don't know. I would just assume you're coming in. You go, why is like if I had a restaurant and I come in and I go, I ordered 5 boxes of bacon. We used 2 the other day. Why is there only one left? You know, like I'd be like, something's not right. And then I'd look and I see the guy. I say, I think it's him. Let me try to set up a trap for the security guard because he's the only one that could be. Because nobody else is going to leave with the box of bacon or whatever. You know what I mean? So he just put 2 and 2 together. Thought it was him. Maybe he was a fan of the radio station. Didn't really say, but that's what I concluded.
I suppose that could have happened, but I guess the approach I would have taken with showcasing this episode and giving some, I don't know, some substance to it, I would at least showed or had something where he starts noticing things. But I get it. It's just for the convenience of the plots. I mean, I'm overthinking it really, but still, it's worth bringing up because it's just some of the logic that it goes and presents you with from the beginning to the end. It's just kind of a little bit all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So that's about it. Like George Wendt's character goes to the cops, and then the cops go down to the basement.
He's also the George Wendt's character is also a sexual harasser. He wants to bang this sexy woman.
Oh yeah, that too.
Looks like she's 70, and he wants her so bad. And the reluctant vampire steps up. So yeah, and then he's like, oh well, yeah. He sets up a scheme to get this guy I guess to kill people, or I don't even know. I don't know what the plan was for. He's saying like he took the book, the book that keeps all the records of how much blood they have. So then this guy's drinking blood. He goes to which looked like tomato juice on top of that. So yeah, it's like in a little martini glass.
He's had a Bloody Mary in a martini glass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And then
the nectar of the gods.
I think that's is Michael McDowell. No, he wasn't. That was Roddy McDowell, right? Was Michael? Wait, hold on, let me see. Was Michael McDowell in
Malcom?
Wrong button. Malcolm. I said Michael. I keep fucking it up.
Yeah,
it's all right.
That's what I did probably.
He's good. He's a good actor. He was the best is A Clockwork Orange, but he wasn't in Caligula. Caligula was Roddy McDowell, right? I think Caligula was Michael McDowell. Let me see.
I want to say he was in the original.
Caligula?
He's been around for a while.
Caligula is like I remember hearing about that many years ago, and I went to watch it. It was like, oh, it was like a porno. I'm watching, and like, where's the porno? You just see titties. I mean, I don't see any porno. People were like, oh my god, it's so scary. No, he wasn't in Caligula.
You see a tit in those times, and they think, it's porno.
Yeah, no, he wasn't in Caligula. Caligula.
Yeah, he was in that one.
Yeah.
I looked it up. Yeah, Malcolm McDowell was in.
So
it.
he was the main. I thought it was Roddy McDowell. Yeah, Caligula, the ultimate cut. Oh yeah, Malcolm McDowell. Is Roddy McDowell in this too? No. He's a writer on Caligula. Wow. Yeah, that was a good movie. You just see Helen Mirren's titties, I believe.
I heard it from sources. She had a great rack back then. Is this true? Can you you attest to
I concur. I think I remember they were pretty nice, but I don't think she was the main. I don't remember. It's been so long since I saw it. I remember I went out of my way to find this movie because I heard that it was like a porn, and it wasn't.
Sorry, guys, we get sidetracked, but this episode is just not great. But like you said, George Wendt character sets up this whole scheme to get the guy trapped, and I guess get working for him, seeing if he can consistently, I guess, get enough blood for his business. But like I said, like you were saying, like how's he trying to make extra money? Is he gonna sell it on the side? How's this gonna benefit him?
I don't know. I really didn't even. It was just stupid. Because Malcolm McDowell, because he's running short, he has to kill people. So he attempts to kill an old lady, but he doesn't have the stomach to do it. But all of a sudden, he becomes Dexter because this guy comes up to her, this woman with a little dog, and he kills her. So he beats her over the head or whatever. He's going to rob her. So then Michael McDowell takes his life, uses his blood, and starts going after bad guys in the town. So he's a crime fighter, basically, which is a great idea. That's a great idea for a TV show. I don't think that was in the comic, but that was a good idea. Instead, they play it off like comedic, and then Van Helsing comes and talks to the cop, who's the principal or the teacher from fucking The Breakfast Club, and he don't want to be there either. Now nobody wants to be in this episode besides besides the woman. It's
pretty rough.
Yeah, and then
it got even more campier. Like you got that scene where after he killed the guy, he's got a tube tied to him, and he's squeezing him, giving him the Heimlich, he's stomping on him.
You have to get the blood out.
450 splashes, moonsaults on this guy to get all the extra blood into this 5-gallon like water jug. Yeah. It was so ridiculous. I could not. It was so stupid.
I feel bad if people like this episode. I don't know why you like. Maybe people like comedic episodes like this. I don't. This is why I never went to go see Bordello of Blood, because this is what Bordello of Blood is. Again, vampires get fucked with the Tales from the Crypt series.
Dennis Miller, come on.
The Tales from the Crypt has
hilarious.
Is there a good vampire episode besides The Secret? And that's not a good one for vampires. That's a good one for werewolves, because the kid kills the vampires. So is there a good vampire Tales from the Crypt episode? There's probably a comic that's fantastic. And I'm looking at the pictures of this comic. It doesn't look bad, but I can see why it'd be boring as hell.
Yeah, because it's a very like a thin plot, you know. It's just straightforward. There's nothing really extra there. It's just he's this and this, and the end. It's about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it a bad one. It's just not something that I would use to make an episode for this. So I'm really curious. I bring this up all the time.
Why they picked this one?
Why they decide to pick this one?
We bring it up every time. As we never know. And it was just like, I mean, it could have just been one that they liked or they remembered when they were younger. That's what I'm assuming. That the actors, as we just said, they just do it because their producers are asking them to do it and they want to be in movies in the future. And they want to keep these relationships with them. So they're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And they come and go, I'm wearing what? I'm doing what? I'm doing what? Okay. But that's how it is.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is just the way I interpreted it. It might be different for others, but I guess I want a little bit more than what they were trying to do. I get that there's people that look at this one positively. I mean, I looked a little bit on IMDb, but I just don't think it's a good one personally for Tales from the Crypt. I think this is probably going to be in the bottom 5, really.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just me. But I get what they were doing. Like, I get the intention of the whole episode, but it just didn't work for me. It wasn't really funny, and then sometimes it didn't seem like some of the people that even wanted to be there, and it seemed like they're acting differently, directed differently for each scene. It just didn't. Yeah, just not something I'll rewatch again. I guess that's the way to put it kindly. So. Well,
I think one thing I will say, how you said, I don't understand how George Wendt knew he was a vampire. It seems like everybody knew, because the girl even knew he was a vampire, because she ends up at this house at the end too, because she suspected he was a vampire. So everyone knew. He was doing a good job when he's holding his teeth like this. Oh, sorry. I was just got a little excited. He gets excited by the sexy woman, and his fangs come out because he wants to drink her blood.
Yeah, it's like he's got a boner, I guess, in his fangs.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like an erection. His teeth are like an erection. And so George Wendt goes, and then they outsmart him, lock him in the casket. When Van Helsing and the cops show up, because they found out that casket was delivered to that house with the soil from Transylvania, blah, 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 blah. And they go and they accidentally kill George Wendt instead of the vampire. And the episode almost ends, but she wants to be turned into a vampire, and he does it for her. And he has confidence because she finds him attractive. He's got a woman to spend the rest of his life with, and he's probably going to go out there killing vampires. I mean, not killing vampires, killing criminals all over, because that's how he'll get his blood now. Unless she becomes the new head of the company, and then they could just drink all the blood they want all the time. But I would assume he would become a crime fighter. That's what I would assume. But yeah, so that's The Reluctant Vampire. It's got a 7 rating, a 7.0 rating. I accidentally thought that Roddy McDowell was in Caligula, not Malcolm McDowell. So I'm mistaken there. Right. But yeah. This episode's got a 7 rating, I think, on IMDb. IMDb is always known to rate things way too high, in my opinion. And this is one of them.
Yeah, I thought Rotten Tomatoes was bad, but it's like the opposite.
Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous, actually. Crypt Keeper opens and closes this dressed like Dracula. Not much to talk about there either. Michael Berryman is the guy from The Hills Have Eyes with the unique face that he did a lot of things back in the day. And he's Van Helsing. Yeah. And he was stupid. It's just a stupid episode. I'd give this 1 out of 5. I think that's the lowest I can possibly give it. It's just not. It's trying to be funny. It's not. In my opinion, it's so out of place. Even the episode before this was much better than this, which was Dead Right. Right? Dead Right is the name of the one before this, or Dead some shit. It was Dead Lights, Dead Asshole.
Dead Weight.
Dead Weight.
Dead Weight.
There's a lot of dead episodes of this, but Dead Weight was better than this. That was a much better episode than this, surprisingly. But yeah, this season has got some pretty bad episodes. I will say we got 3 good ones.
That's the struggle with this one. Yeah, mid-season, not so good. I would say. Yeah, for me, I'm probably going to give it that same amount, same rating, 1 out of 5 for me. I'd rather watch It Comes From the Grave than this one. That's how kind of rough it is for me. I'd rather, at least I get to see Terry Hatcher, so I'd rather watch that one. Yeah, but 1 out of 5 for me.
I think this is the lowest out of the whole series. I think this is going to be the lowest. I think this is, so far, this will be in my opinion, this is the worst one I've seen so far. Out of every episode, this is the worst. I didn't think so either. I thought it was, it's not that bad. When you were telling me you don't like this episode, well, it's not that bad. So I watched it again today, and I'm like, this is just nothing. It's like, but why? Like, it's a waste of time. Have you seen movies or TV shows that were made, and you go, why was this made? Sometimes that happens. Like I love watching bad movies. I said it earlier. This isn't even bad to make fun of and laugh. This is nothing there. It's just stupid. They're trying to be funny and they're not. You know what I mean? And like there are bad movies that are good that I like good bad movies are bad movies that are not intentionally trying to be bad movies. They're just fucking suck because they have terrible actors. The director doesn't know how to direct. The writer wrote something stupid, and the episode is just fucking terrible because of that reason. Like, it's so bad, it's funny, it's good. It's so bad, it's good. The acting is terrible. It's so great. This is trying to be funny, and it's not. And they're really trying. Everything there, I mean, and this director doesn't seem to know how to move the camera much either, to be honest. I don't know. It was like stationary at most times, and I don't know. Let's see, because the next episode.
Well, I guess
I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's nothing to write home about, really. It's funny because I didn't even bring up any of those aspects, or there's nothing to bring out. It's just pretty straight, pretty basic.
Yeah, no, I just didn't.
But I want to reiterate before people get pissed off that I didn't understand the story. I understood what was happening. I'm just kind of wish they did something differently. It's not the way that what they were trying to do didn't gel well for me. So
I know what they were trying to do too.
I get the intention.
I
like the idea of riffing off of the vampire concept, making it funny. I mean, shit. I'd rather watch that Liam Neeson vampire movie. I mean, at least it did. At least that one was at least they knew what they were trying to do intentionally. But this one is just.
No, I know they were trying to do too because they do it all the time. It's always the same thing. They always want to incorporate Van Helsing in this and make it like a new Dracula thing. I forgot what other. There's so many. I bet you I could just Google it and I'll find it. My brain is just surpasses.
But yeah, if you're gonna use Van Helsing, then they didn't even do anything. They didn't have a fight or nothing. No confrontation. He was just there for the sake of the.
Oh, remember Van Helsing?
That's
reference.
What it is.
Oh, yeah, remember?
Yeah, he's part of the lore.
Yeah, he's part of this episode. You see, he's coming to kill this guy's Dracula, or no, he's the opposite of Dracula. That's what it is. The guy who killed Dracula. That should have been made more, like meaningful.
But they also made the joke about it when he was doing the autopsy of one of the corpses to look at with the cop, and the guy Malcolm McDowell's he's got one. I guess he got a missing tooth, and then how do you explain this? And then I guess he's got a tooth.
He lost his tooth. He didn't have a missing. He like broke off.
So again, kind of making fun of like the cop not believing him because
because I think the two
you're crazy. He's not a vampire.
I think
he's got one fang.
I think the one poke is because he was using a hose to drink the blood. Because he had both his fangs. I don't know. I forget if he broke one, he lost one. I forget.
That could have been it too, but that was their assumption of like. They'll try to explain it.
But I honestly
between those
forget.
two characters, the cop and Van Helsing.
Yeah, I don't remember if he broke his teeth or not because I don't care. I really don't. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry people don't. If people get upset, I don't because people get upset all the time. They get upset when I didn't like the first episode. You have a right to be upset, and you have a right, but whatever. I'm sorry. I just don't like this episode. Hopefully, there are other ones coming up that are better. There's a few, although I don't think. There's one that's really.
Well, I remember there's one coming up on the next one. I think would be a bit more interesting to talk about than this one.
And there's one I've never seen. There's one. Actually, there might be two because I'm looking at another one. I don't remember this one. So there might be two I've never seen before. Like for somehow they just keep skipping. But one of them is coming up that I've never seen before. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Like I always see the beginning and nothing else. I always miss it because and then there's another episode that's. People like that I don't like. But let's see, because this episode was, I think, the worst episode. I'm surprised it's so high rated. I wonder what's the lowest rated episode of this season. Oh, it's coming up. Oh, wow. That episode I did not see. One of the episodes that I don't think I've seen is the lowest episode this season. So that's interesting.
There's one about a reporter.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't. That's one of the ones I don't remember seeing. So I'll see it and see if I remember it. But I right now looking at it, I don't remember seeing it. So that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
Yeah, but it's pretty bad that this one is so. It's like
I look forward to the next one. The Ease Will Kill You Guys. That one I remember liking, but we'll get into it.
We'll see. Anyway, guys, that's been this episode of Creeps from the Crypt. I'm not going to plug anything anymore, except for GhostCrusadersMerch.com. We have a new shirt out there, Naughty or Nice. Check it out. You can click the button on this video. It takes you to the shop, and you'll see the shirt. And if you like it, check it out. Purchase it. I don't splash logos everywhere, and it's pretty cheap. That being said, I'm not going to plug anything else. I'm not in the mood to plug anything else. This episode kind of drained the life out of me a little bit. I think it's just trying too
just
hard.
a lot of trial and error with all the issues going on.
Well, that too. That drained the life out of me also. But like this episode was like they were trying so hard to be funny. They really were trying. That's why they got George Wendt on this, was because they wanted to be funny. And yeah, he's playing it like a straight actor. It's like he's not playing it like a comedian because it was a terrible episode. And because she's playing it like a comedy, and so is Malcolm McDowell. Like I don't know. Maybe he thought he was having a good time doing this. I don't know. He was like,
Might have been drinking back then.
maybe something. I don't know. I could have asked
Might have
him,
impaired
but
his
I didn't
judgment
feel like
on
asking
his
him
delivery.
this episode already. This sucks. I
It's
knew
cursed.
it.
It's
I knew
because
it.
I went to the museum. That's why.
No,
Fucked everything up.
I hate this podcast episode. I hate this episode that we watched. I hate recording it today. Donald Trump got shot today, so that's another thing. That's like, oh shit. That's today. We're recording this. It's actually July 13th. So Donald Trump was shot at today, and we won't find out anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about this person really. Little things, nothing really important that you should find out. But anyway, like. This always happens, always. And the FBI always knows about the person. There's always red flags, and we never know. They're going to know he was on the wild, and they just didn't know. But anyway, guys, that's our review for The Reluctant Vampire. We will see you guys next time when we review Season 3, Episode 8, called Ease'll Kill Ya, starring Eric Roth, right? That's his name? The guy from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. He was one of the cool stand-ups
Tim
of that
Roth.
one from
Tim Roth.
when I remember, so we'll
What?
get into it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't remember this one either. Anyway, guys, so that's our review for The Reluctant Vampire. If you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, Rumble, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this episode. For us, we didn't like it. If you liked it, tell us why you liked it. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we will see you guys next time when we review Episode 8, Ease'll Kill Ya. Leave a review for wherever you're listening to us. It actually does help us. And check out GhostCrusadersMerch.com for merch. And we will talk to you guys next time.
Peace.